faulty neutral connection can cause voltage imbalances and dimming lights. Ensure all neutral wires are securely connected at the service panel, subpanels, and any junction boxes. Loose or damaged wiring can increase resistance, leading to voltage drops. Inspect all wiring, especially at junction boxes, outlets, and switches. Use a voltmeter to measure the voltage drop from the service panel to the lights when all alternating current units are operating. If the voltage drop exceeds 5.0%, investigate further. Voltage regulators or stabilizers can help regulate voltage fluctuations and provide consistent power. Look for models rated for the service capacity of 400 amps and with a response time suitable for the application. Power conditioners filter out electrical noise and transients, which can interfere with sensitive electronics. However, they may not be effective in resolving voltage drop issues. If voltage drop is excessive, consider upgrading the wire size or replacing old wiring with a low resistance type, such as from aluminum to copper. If possible, separate the alternating current units from the lighting circuit to reduce the load in the subpanel. This may require running new wiring and installing a dedicated subpanel for the alternating current units. In factories and hospitals, voltage regulation is often achieved through isolation transformers. These transformers provide electrical isolation and regulate voltage levels within a narrow tolerance. They are typically installed in the main electrical distribution system and can be costly. Ensure proper grounding connections throughout the electrical system. Poor grounding can contribute to voltage fluctuations and dimming lights. Monitor the electrical usage of the alternating current units and other appliances to identify any potential overloads. If the issue cannot be resolved by the above steps, consult with a qualified electrician who specializes in residential electrical troubleshooting. It is essential to understand the underlying causes of voltage drop and voltage fluctuations to implement the most effective solution. In a residential setting, with a 400 amp 120/240 volt service, several factors can contribute to the problem of lights dimming when the air conditioning units kick on. Firstly, inadequate neutral connections are a common culprit. The neutral wire provides the return path for current, and a loose or corroded connection can create a voltage imbalance, causing some circuits to experience lower voltage while others see higher voltage. This imbalance often manifests as flickering or dimming lights. Secondly, wiring issues such as loose connections, damaged insulation, or undersized conductors can also lead to voltage drops. Electrical resistance increases with the length of the wire and decreases with the cross-sectional area of the wire. If the wiring is not adequately sized for the load, or if connections are not properly tightened, the resistance increases, leading to a voltage drop when the alternating current units draw a large amount of current. Thirdly, measuring voltage drop is a critical step in diagnosing the issue. Using a voltmeter, measure the voltage at the service panel and then at the remote subpanel where the alternating current units are connected. Do this both when the alternating current units are off and when they are running. The difference in voltage between the 2 points is the voltage drop. According to the National Electrical Code, the voltage drop should not exceed 3.0% for branch circuits or 5.0% for feeders. If the measured voltage drop exceeds these limits, further investigation is needed. There are several potential solutions to address the problem of dimming lights. One option is to install a voltage regulator or stabilizer. These devices are designed to maintain a constant output voltage despite variations in the input voltage. They work by continuously monitoring the input voltage and adjusting the output voltage to compensate for any fluctuations. For a 400 amp service, you would need a voltage regulator rated for at least 400 amps at 240 volts. These regulators are typically used in industrial or commercial settings, but smaller models are available for residential applications. Another potential solution is to use a power conditioner. Power conditioners are designed to filter out electrical noise and transients, which can interfere with sensitive electronic equipment. While power conditioners may not directly address voltage drop issues, they can help to improve the overall quality of the power supply and reduce the risk of damage to electronic devices. Upgrading the wiring is another option to consider, especially if the existing wiring is old or undersized. Replacing aluminum wiring with copper wiring can significantly reduce resistance and improve voltage drop. However, upgrading the wiring can be a costly and time-consuming project. Separating the alternating current units from the lighting circuit is another effective solution. This involves running new wiring from the main service panel to a dedicated subpanel for the alternating current units. By isolating the alternating current units from the lighting circuit, you can reduce the load in the existing wiring and prevent voltage drops from affecting the lights. In commercial and industrial settings, isolation transformers are commonly used to provide voltage regulation. Isolation transformers provide electrical isolation between the input and output circuits, which helps to reduce noise and improve power quality. They also regulate voltage levels within a narrow tolerance, which is essential for sensitive electronic equipment. However, isolation transformers can be quite expensive and may not be practical for residential applications. Grounding is also an important consideration. A properly grounded electrical system provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect against electrical shock and equipment damage. A poor grounding connection can contribute to voltage fluctuations and dimming lights. Ensure that all grounding connections are secure and that the grounding electrode system is properly installed and maintained. Monitoring energy usage can also help to identify potential overloads. Use a clamp-on ammeter to measure the current draw of the alternating current units and other appliances. If the current draw exceeds the capacity of the circuit, it may be necessary to upgrade the wiring or install additional circuits. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician can perform a thorough inspection of your electrical system and recommend the most appropriate solutions to address the problem of dimming lights. Remember that working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary safety precautions. Always turn off the power at the service panel before working on any electrical circuits. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. And if you are not sure how to do something, ask for help from a qualified electrician. Troubleshooting electrical issues requires a systematic approach. Firstly, gather information about the problem. When do the lights dim? Does it happen every time the alternating current units turn on, or only sometimes? Are there any other appliances that cause the lights to dim? Secondly, inspect the electrical system for any obvious problems. Look for loose connections, damaged wiring, or signs of overheating. Thirdly, measure voltage and current at various points in the system. This will help you to identify the source of the problem. Fourthly, test the components of the system. Use a multimeter to check the continuity of wires and the resistance of connections. Fifthly, analyze the data you have collected and develop a plan of action. This may involve replacing wiring, upgrading components, or installing additional circuits. Finally, implement the plan of action and verify that the problem has been resolved. A residential electrical system with a 400 amp service should be capable of handling the load of 4 alternating current units without causing excessive voltage drop. If the lights are dimming when the alternating current units turn on, it indicates that there is a problem with the electrical system that needs to be addressed. By following the steps outlined above, you can identify the source of the problem and implement the most effective solution. A voltage regulator can be installed at the main service panel to regulate the voltage for the entire house. This is a common solution in areas where the utility power is unstable or prone to fluctuations. The voltage regulator will maintain a constant voltage output regardless of variations in the input voltage. This will prevent the lights from dimming when the alternating current units turn on and protect other sensitive electronic equipment from damage. Another option is to install a separate subpanel for the alternating current units. This will isolate the alternating current units from the lighting circuits and prevent them from affecting the lights. The subpanel should be sized appropriately for the load of the alternating current units and should be wired with appropriately sized conductors. If the wiring is old or undersized, it may be necessary to upgrade the wiring to the subpanel. The National Electrical Code provides detailed requirements for the sizing of conductors and overcurrent protection devices. It is important to follow these requirements to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. One important factor to consider is the inrush current of the alternating current units. Inrush current is the momentary surge of current that occurs when an electrical device is first turned on. The inrush current of an alternating current unit can be several times higher than its normal operating current. This can cause a voltage drop and dimming of the lights, especially if the electrical system is not adequately sized. To mitigate the effects of inrush current, it may be necessary to use soft starters or other devices that limit the inrush current. Soft starters gradually increase the voltage applied to the alternating current unit, which reduces the inrush current. Another option is to use a time delay relay to stagger the starting of the alternating current units. This will prevent all of the alternating current units from starting at the same time, which will reduce the overall inrush current. The electrical system should be inspected regularly to ensure that it is in good condition and that all connections are tight. Loose connections can cause resistance, which can lead to voltage drop and overheating. Overheating can damage wiring and equipment and can even cause a fire. It is important to have a qualified electrician inspect the electrical system at least once a year. The electrician can identify any potential problems and make recommendations for repairs or upgrades. When troubleshooting electrical problems, it is important to use a systematic approach. Start by gathering information about the problem. When does the problem occur? What other devices are affected? Then inspect the electrical system for any obvious problems. Look for loose connections, damaged wiring, or signs of overheating. Next, measure voltage and current at various points in the system. This will help you to identify the source of the problem. Finally, test the components of the system. Use the multimeter to check the continuity of wires and the resistance of connections. Once you have identified the source of the problem, you can develop a plan of action to resolve it. This may involve replacing wiring, upgrading components, or installing additional circuits.